Hello, in the part 2 of the video about Arco. We recorded a lot of footage about 3 routes. Fuego, which is 8B, Red Rocks, which is 8A, and Big Spender, which is super classic 7B+. Maybe about this we have a little bit less footage, but I didn't want to create 3 episodes or even more about those routes, so I decided to pack everything into this one particular video, and because of that it's quite long, and also there was no time to fill it with some other stuff like beautiful scenery shots or some nice long intro that I usually do in the recent videos. So yeah, as I said, this video is quite packed with climbing, so without further ado, let's just jump directly into what we've sent and we tried to climb. So some of the days we spent on our second side project, which is called Red Rocks. It's in the Abissi sector, which is very famous for a super long, sometimes vertical, sometimes slightly overhanging routes. Usually they end up with a bigger roof. Some of them are ending before the roof, but majority of them is between like 28 to 40 meters long. As we did the same as in the previous episode, we just picked the shortest and the most to the left in the sector as the route that we want to do. But it's not because like we want to do something super short. The route just looked amazing from the bottom. It's like a slightly overhanging arête with plenty of slopers and crimps. Rock quality looks to be super solid, and yeah, it looks like a gym route basically. So the route starts with a really nice easy terrain, which gets you to the second clip, and where you can also find a knee bar, which you don't have to use because you don't have anything in your forearm to rest from, but in case you just need to get some composure, you can use it. It's really decent, so you don't have to even use a knee pad. And from that the harder section starts, which is grabbing left hand tufa and going with your right hand to a really massive underclink when you match your another hand, and from that you grab a decent crimp for your right hand. From that you have a pretty hard clip, and the crack basically starts. You grab left hand gaston and you go with your right hand. From that you grab a slot for your left hand, and from that you are getting to the slopers on the right hand. And from that you have, in my opinion, the hardest move on the route. And you need to basically catch your body with a very terrible left hand crimp, the one that Mateusz is grabbing right now. With a good drop knee you are getting to the left crimp.
Nie wiem, po prostu trzęsę się jak... Strasznie się trzęsę.
Right now it's not a crimp, what Mateusz is getting, but you know the point. From the side pull crimp you don't have a stable position to clip, you need to grab a couple of more holds. Theoretically the most physical part is over, but you can still fall because the crimps are not really good and the feet are really high, so the position is not stable. So the beta that Mateusz presented wasn't working for me. I hung on the rope for like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to do it, but those left hand crimps are not a hold for me. And basically you are really stretched, and when you are releasing your left hand, your body is getting a lot of momentum, so those holds are not really helpful. Because of that I needed to figure out something else. I was hanging for another like 25 minutes to figure out the beta, and I decided to use my right heel hook and then to basically throw myself to with my right hand to a flat crimp. It allowed me to bump my left foot and basically do a crazy jump to a gaston OK crimp for the left hand. The holds are okay, the right one is flat crimp, and the left one is basically in-cut crimp for 2 pads. But the momentum you are getting, and your body is basically on the right side and then it's being dragged to the left side, the momentum is quite huge, so the move is not easy. But the position after you do it is way better than on Mateusz's version, because you can clip, you can shake, and from that you have like 2 moves or maybe 3 moves on the crimp. From that place you have OK holes, you grab a really huge jacks, you have a heel hook and you can go either completely on the left hand side using some smaller crimps, and also you have a heel hook so the crimps are not like very scary, or you can use the feature that this arret gives you and you can just hug the wall using a right hand slopers and the crimps on the left.
Pójdź prawą ręką, o właśnie. Łatwiej, nie?
Dużo łatwiej, no.
O. Chuj łatwiej, stary. O.
I think both methods are the same in terms of difficulty. It's like 60 plus climb probably, which is a nice outro from beautiful route.
Ja tu Mateusz daję piętę na półki niżej.
Widziałem, ale ja zostanę przy swoim, bo mi to dobrze pracuje. Bo ten ruch wygląda tak sketchy, a ja nie
Sketchy,
mam
no.
takiego.
Yeah, let's see right now my version of the ending of the route. It's basically a little bit more to the right and with a different heel.
Super. Dawaj, jedziesz to. Dawaj. Super.
So we started doing tries to the red rocks to fill our days. Sometimes we are doing it as a warm-up, sometimes at the end of the day.
Dawaj. Dawaj.
Nie, byłem zmęczony. Dobra, już to daj mi duch. Też chyba warto było przyczyścić tych.
And progress was really nice until the point when I started doing really nasty falls. As you can see in this try, I got a really bad whipper, which didn't help with the confidence.
Dawaj, ziom. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, klas. Super. Super, dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Masz to. Jeden ruszek. Dawaj, dawaj.
O kurwa.
Dobra wstawka, ziom.
No.
Mirek to się umie rozgrzać od razu.
Co?
No ty umiesz się rozgrzać dobrze.
No.
Ale wyglądałeś, każdy ruch, którym ci piłeś, wyglądałeś dobrze.
Tak.
After hanging for a few minutes on the rope, I decided to basically repeat the boulder problem, also without having clipping the higher clip, and I felt this time even worse, which completely destroyed my confidence.
O kurwa. O, to nie było fajne.
Dobra, wrzucam.
And I figured out that I basically need to think about better beta, mostly because not a physical difficulty, but rather like a mental difficulty, that I wasn't able to commit to do this crazy jump and having this crazy swing.
Kurwa mać.
And what helped me was finding a small crimp on the left hand. At the very beginning I thought I will just use it for maybe bumping my feet or maybe switching my right heel hook to a toe hook, but then I realized that if I crimp it really hard I can release my body from that position, which, yeah, the hold is worse than the jack on the left hand, but the release is smaller, the body is not as stretched.
Oka? To mi w chuj nie daje pewności siebie. Chujowo to zrobiłem, ta krawątka mi nie pomogła. Nie wiem, stary, co mam robić, bo teraz to wygląda na tego statnie cipsko.
Nie
Jeszcze
wiem, moim
trochę
zdaniem po
wyżej
prostu się
sprawy
zmęczyłeś.
zjebałem.
Nagle nie jest grane, zacząłeś dużo próbować tych ruch i tyle.
Może, no może tak być.
Miałeś super próbę i było naprawdę nieźle.
Daj troszkę niżej.
Proszę, to można zrobić, znaczy nie, no.
Stop.
Dalej ale po dobrej próbie patentowanie zawsze jest problem. Zawsze.
Tu jedną rzecz, jakbym miał już to teraz się prawie zjebałem na kolejnych ruchach, stary, ledwo tych krawątek trzymałem.
No, mówię ci, że to flash pump i takie rzeczy ci się teraz dzieją.
Bardziej pojebałem stopnie, wiesz? Tu jest jakiś lepszy stopień, ja go nie zauważyłem. Dałem nogi na jakieś gówniane stopnie.
Słońce jest nie gorące, ale oślepiające.
No ale to będzie tak gorąco. 18, 14.
No i daj, słońce będzie
Dobra,
przyjemne.
daj luzu trochę. No i blok?
No może to
może
lepiej
tak?
teraz wyglądało.
No może tak się wypuścić z krawądy? Jeszcze raz.
Znaczy gorzej to wyglądało, ale może lepiej zadziałać, tak powiem.
Chuj go wie tak naprawdę. Nie wiadomo, zobaczymy. Jeszcze raz to spróbuję, bo teraz możliwe, że miałem trochę bloku też.
Może, no.
Ciężko powiedzieć.
No i byłeś, wydaje mi się, że byłeś wyżej, od razu w takiej bardziej pozycji.
Możliwe, no. Dobra, próbuję.
Mhm.
Chyba tak, blok?
No teraz ci na pewno luz dałem.
Wiem. Spróbuję to zrobić jeszcze raz, po prostu jeszcze z dodatkowym ruchem. Daj niżej, jeszcze raz wrzucę piętę. Dobra, Mateusz, spróbuję?
Mhm. Brawo.
Blok. Kurwa, stary. Co ja odpierdalam? Na tym ruchu mogę się jeszcze zjebać. Strasznie to źle dzisiaj wygląda.
Nie, właśnie moim zdaniem wygląda super, tylko zaczynam się teraz dobierać do głowy.
Stopni też nie widzę i to jest problem. Staję na jakichś kurwa gównach.
In this moment I was like, what the fuck, bro, what are you doing? I was really shocked that Mateusz grabbed the quick jaw, because yeah, he looked really fresh and he looked like he's going to do the route, but I didn't understand at that point that his biggest challenge was to basically skip the clip, and he wasn't ready for that. But it motivated me to make a really good attempt 5 minutes later.
Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj. Super, jazda. Dawaj, dawaj.
Dawaj.
Dawaj. Super. Dawaj, dawaj. Raz. Spokojnie. Spokojnie.
Yeah, you remember as I said, it's very easy terrain, you have a really comfy clip and then you should not fall, then I lied. As this try will show you, yeah, I didn't felt securely there and I basically fell. I was not able to do none of the free moves to the easy terrain because I was just too pumped.
Dawaj, dawaj.
Dawaj, Miro,
Dawaj, dawaj.
dawaj to.
No, kurwa.
Co się stało?
O moja piesa. Nie byłem w stanie złapać kierunki, podbić nogi. Co tak mnie otworzyło. Strasznie. Kurwa, to jest tyle stopni, ja tak zjechałem. No dobra, byłem na tym stopniu. Jakbym dał lewą nogę na stopień niżej ukryty. Kurwa, lewą ręką tam prawie sięgnąłem, czego nie wrzucę wyżej.
So yeah, after my good try, Mateusz decided to do one more attempt on that day. After complaining for like few hours straight, not feeling well, he decided to just do the route because I motivated him to do by doing this pretty decent try.
Excellent. Chodź. Oddychaj, Mateusz. Dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Ładnie, wklejasz się. Dawaj. Pięknie. Dawaj, Mateusz, zajebiście, stary, jest twoje. Dawaj, Mateusz, zawalcz.
Dawaj.
Dawaj, Mateusz. Dawaj. Warunki będziesz w pionie. Dawaj, dawaj, dawaj.
Dawaj, dawaj.
Co za... Pięknie. Zajebiście. O, to wypadł, nie spodziewałem się takiego. Ładnie ma. Pięknie to ogarnąłeś. Oj. O, jeszcze tam u góry można by się tu raczej za 7 lat. Ale jest dobry, jak zawsze jest koda była. Pewnie widzisz to na dronie na końcu. Ładnie, Mateusz.
Wiesz,
Mówiłem ci, kądziołka, że ja ci nie ufam. Ty jesteś kurwa z tych kolegów, co właśnie wyrolowują innych kolegów. I zawsze opierdoli drogę gdzieś w nieoczekiwanym momencie. Super. 7B, 7-8A zrobione. Zajebioza.
No,
Jest szansa, że w niedzielę goś przestanie narzekać na koniec wjazdu, że nic nie porobi. No, zajebiście, jeden dzień spokoju. Super. Ale stary, no nie spodziewałem się, że będziesz tam miał chwilę.
ale ja zawsze miałem, dlatego chyba się bałem w wcześniejszych próbach zaryzykować.
Okej.
Teraz moim celem było właśnie spróbować minąć tą spinkę
Okej.
i może miałem siłę w wcześniejszej próbie, tylko może się nie odważyłem.
Okej. Czasami tak jest właśnie na
Bo ja musiałem tam minąć, ja nie ma opcji na spinkę.
Okej.
Tak. Super. Dawaj. Dawaj się. Super, dawaj. Super. Dawaj, dawaj. Super. Jedź. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj. Dawaj, jedziesz. Spokojnie. Spokojnie. Super, trzymasz. Spokojnie. Spokojnie. Dawaj, super. Dawaj, dawaj. Super. Jazda. Spokojnie. Super. O. Super. Dawaj, dawaj, jedziesz. Super. Dawaj, dawaj. Spoko.
ok.
No i klasa, dowiózł. Masz go.
Troszkę je ściągnę? Okej, luza. Dobra, bloczku.
No to w niedzielę robisz Fuego i może trochę późno, ale plan wykonany.
O. Dobrze, to duch. Ojejku, zawsze się pierdolę z tymi drogami.
So while we were working on Red Rocks and Fuego, Daniel was trying Big Spender, which is a really nice route. It's in the Il Pueblo sector. It consists of a small boulder problem at the beginning, which resembles a little bit sandstone climbing. The rock is yellow, the crimps are flat, and there is no very good footholds. Yeah, but after that you have a nice ledge, you can rest as long as you want. Then after the ledge you have few clips of okay terrain, just climbing on the jacks in a pretty steep overhang. And after that you get to the point when you have a left hand gaston, which is not a jack, it's like a pocket, and a right hand crimp, and from that you do a crazy jump. Most of the people are jumping with the right hand because it just suits the position better, but since Daniel is avoiding any dynamic movement on the right hand because of a long time injury he had, so basically he was jumping with the left hand, which is way harder. And if you are trying to use this video as the beta check before your flash go, don't jump with your left hand, it's way harder. You try to jump to the right side of this big jack, it's like a horn that you can basically wrap your hand around. Daniel was jumping more to the left because basically he needed to have a space for the other hand. And after that cracks, you just have another section on the good holds. You just basically swim on in the jacks, and you get to the point when there is end of the overhang. There is like a lip, and you just need to squeeze yourself into a strange feature, which is a little bit like off-width. You need to stand between two walls, and even though there is still overhang, you can basically put both of your feet against each other, and you can basically find a no hand there. Unfortunately, we don't have a footage of Daniel going to the end because he was a little bit shy when we wanted to record him. And so I just quickly tell you what you need to do. So once you get the holds that Daniel is right now, you need to basically go deeper to the crack with your, I guess, left hand. Then you need to use one of your hands to just basically press against the wall like you are doing in mantle, and then you put both of your feet to the spots that on the level that Daniel has hands, and then you can do a clip once you just put your body straight, and from that you just go in the sloppy crack. You have like one or two moves to the anchor. So the main goal of this trip was to send Fuego, which is 8B in Il Pueblo sector. Basically we jumped on the route on the day one with Mateusz, and then with a little bit of breaks for the side project we return on this route like here and there, sometimes even climbing not together on the same day on that route. Yeah, it's a really nice route, endurance one. The holds are pretty good, maybe except the cracks number one, and it's not like the hardest 8B. I would say it's even soft maybe in the grade, and in some guidebooks it's 8A+/B. So as a spoiler, we didn't send it, we don't have a send footage because obviously we didn't send it, but we had some nice tries, and there is no video from that route, so I think it would be worth to post it. And also it's very flashable route. It's the cruxes are really straightforward, and it resembles a little bit climbing in a gym. So it starts with not very nice boulder problem. As on the Nadeborough route Big Spender, it resembles sandstone climbing. You don't have a lot of footholds, you have a lot of side pulls, underclings, and you just need to squeeze the arete with your legs and grab first very flat crimp and then kind of a side pull, and then it allows you to reach to the really big flat ledge. From that you basically need to scramble through the small roof and you can go to the ledge where you can rest as long as you want. Yeah, from that you have a terrain, like 2 clips of really easy terrain. Your upper body is in overhang, but your legs are still standing in a slab, so you don't feel the overhang yet. And then the holds are getting worse and worse. At the beginning you have a sloper and a crimp on the left and right hand, then you have a crimpy side pull pinch on the right hand, and then basically the crack starts. You have a cross move with your left hand to a sloper. From that you have a really hard clip. The clips are also very far to the left, so it's not easy to clip them. Then you match next to it, there is a really terrible hold. I guess you just can't call it a hold, it's just a piece of chalk on the rock. And from that, thanks to the really nice drop knee, you can throw your body to a not very big crimp, it's like 1-putt crimp, but what saves you is first of all a thumb and also this massive drop knee that you are doing. Once you do it, you just need to do an opposite, which is a drop knee with your left foot, and then you are grabbing the crimp with the left hand. You can crimp it or open hand, and then you just get a really good jog. From that you have a section on the really nice holds. They are not like a huge jugs, but they are really decent. You have plenty of footholds, some of them are really chossy, but that's unfortunately the reality in this part of the wall. And then the overhanging starts to be really big. You get to the really good left hand gaston and you need to grab a chipped crimp, either with low foot or with really high foot. You just need to throw yourself to the left hand, kind of a side pull. And after that you just put your feet once again really high and you do dynamic moves to the hold behind the lip. It's a really good, I would say almost a jog, but it's too flat to be called a jog. Also you don't have a ton of footholds there, so you don't feel like in a jog. Also you can squeeze their 2 hands. So from that the last crack starts. You go with your left hand to the flat crimp with a thumb, then you are getting either intermediate or directly to the pinch for your right hand. It's a slopey crimp with a very tiny space for your thumb. From that you grab left hand, also a very average crimp, and you have a hardest move of that section, which is dynamic move to a crimp with a thumb. It's a flat crimp, but it's far away, you have a really high foot and you are tired, so it's hard move. From that you just need to readjust on your feet and grab a really nice Gaston crimp, which is kind of a long hold. You can match both hands there, you can position your body and hips better, and then from that you have a nice move to the almost a jog for the free finger for your right hand, and from that you can directly go to the top, or you can use some intermediate holds on the left, but the holds are pretty okay, so you should not fall from that place. So for the first few days we tried just the moves and a small section at the top, but then once the beginning dried and we were able to do a boulder problem, we started doing a unweird tries. I will present some of those tries just to show the progression. And not counting the first cracks before the ledge, the route consists of 3 boulder problems, and basically that's how the progression looks like. First you're falling on the first cracks, then since the rest are really good and the terrain is easy, you are advancing pretty far. Like you are adding 3 more clips to your previous high points, and then you are usually falling in the big overhang, and then once you pass it you are basically falling on a head wall.
Jak ty czujesz high pointem wyjazdu?
Spoko. Jestem dumny i szczęśliwy, ale wyczerpany. No dobra, czyli tak, tutaj sięgnąć do oblaczka, wpinka z oblaczka. Z krawątki sięgam do podchwytu z kciukiem, lewa noga nisko, prawa skrętka do oblaka kolejnego, z niego wpina. Wysoko, wyżej, lewa noga, prawa jeszcze wyżej, przytrzymanie główna i skrętka, bicie lewej i dzida do krawędy z kciukiem. Jak ją złapię, to druga skrętka i otwartym chwytem łapię tamto.
Ktoś bierze lanie na przeczekanie.
Co to jest?
Mówię, że bierzesz lanie na przeczekanie.
Tak, dokładnie, no. Dobrze to określiłeś, Mateusz. Taki program telewizyjny, lanie na przeczekanie.
Zapacz tak porządnie.
No spróbuję, ale jeśli się nie spierdolę w dolnym kruksie, to potem można powalczyć, bo nie ma już jednego takiego blokera. Raczej są trudne ruchy, ale jest ciąg. A tutaj na dole są 2 przejebane ruchy, które są też trochę randomowe. Wystarczy źle złapać któryś chwyt albo kciuka nie dopiąć i jest już...
Ale zrobisz to.
No zrobiłem, no robię je, ale w ciągu nie jest tak prosto.
Ty też w miejscu zrobiłeś, a w ciągu nie zrobiłeś.
Wiesz jak to jest, Danie?
5 osób tu próbujących, to by niezła kolejka się mogła zrobić.
No. W sumie to wychodzi na to, że wstawka AMURT może być bardziej czasochłonna niż patentowanie. To. Jak się rozłożysz z obozem na 15 minut.
Na razie jesteś tam tylko 11 minut. Dobra. Super. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, klas. Jedzie. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj to dawaj. Super. Dawaj, dawaj. I napierdalaj. Dawaj, jazda. Jazda. Super. Dawaj to dawaj. No i nice build-up.
And the best try of the trip looked like this. It was the first try of the last day of the trip.
Dawaj, gościu. Dawaj, dawaj. Nie. Okej? Co było? Dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj. Da, to jedziesz. Da, to super. Da. Dawaj, dawaj. Jedziesz. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, dawaj. Dawaj, przyjął. Dawaj, jedziesz to. Dawaj, dawaj.
No to duch.
Dobra wstawka.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, and as a spoiler, I can say that maybe I will release episode 3 of that Arco series. It won't contain a lot of climbing. Actually, it won't contain climbing at all, but I will do a small overview of sectors that you can climb around Arco,